Well, hello again there, all wayward children and misfit toys out there in YouTube land. We're going to cook another good meal. We're going to use up the last of that pulled pork. This time, we're going to go a little bit more traditional with it. And we're going to use some Dinosaur barbecue sauce on some garlic toast. And really, I don't know, if you don't know about Dino, you're lost, man. This Dinosaur barbecue sauce is absolutely amazing. It's the best thing for your sandwiches. We actually did clean up the grill this time around last night. Of course, shenanigans. Well, I got one of them. I think we're going to be all right. That being said, this will be really simple. Throw our meal together. Start by making some garlic toast here on the old flat top, and should go out compassion. Appreciation, acceptance. Compassion for others is something that sometimes can be an easy thing to obtain, right? Compassion for oneself, and beyond that, the child that went through whatever causes you to revert to these human tendencies of anger, pain, weakness. We got to find the compassion for the child that went through it so we can move forward. Frankenstein. Chef Scott kicking it up, man. We're going to go barbecue style today with the pulled pork. I thought you'd appreciate that. All right. Well, slow and steady. Let's get her started. Get this grill warmed up. Go from there. There we go. Prepped and ready today. Didn't have to clean up the grill because I took care of it, cleaned up the grill. But today, I promise you, will be another fat kid sandwich without a doubt. Dinosaur barbecue is the absolute best barbecue sauce there is. I like Stubbs. Stubby's a good shit too, but Dinosaur barbecue has a variety, and their original just really kicks it up a notch. I hope you enjoy the sandwiches and the show and the camaraderie. Maria, it's good to see you there. Welcome in, everybody. Nice to have you say hello. Isn't hers landscaping? Ready for a pulled pork sandwich? Man, I roasted this pulled pork a couple days ago overnight. I rubbed it with some mustard and Worcestershire sauce mix. And then I went ahead and I put some onions and tomatoes in the crock pot, and I gave it a good dry rub with some freaking honey glaze. I roasted that overnight. We've been chewing away at it the last couple cooks here in the kitchen. I made French dip sandwiches, French dip subs the first night, French dip sandwiches the second night. Tonight we're getting into a toasted, garlic toasted Dinosaur barbecue style pulled pork sandwich. Just letting the old flat top heat up a little bit. Had the garlic butter in the refrigerator. So I don't destroy my bread, I'll just throw some garlic butter right on the flat top there, because you don't want to try to spread cold butter on the bread. You're going to rip it apart. You're going to mess up the texture of your sandwich. Just put a little touch on there. And the first thing we want to do is put our bread on there. Our meat's fully cooked. We just got to warm it up. A little barbecue sauce. You don't want to overcook the pulled pork. You just want to warm it back up so you don't lose all the juiciness that's waiting there for us, right? Go. Alrighty, roadie. Let them toast up a little bit. Slow and steady. It's the little things when it comes to a good sandwich. The proper toasting of the proper bread and the heating up everything. This is a very simple sandwich we're making today, but it's going to be amazing because of the slow and steady process, right? Let's get one side of the bread grilled, and then we'll flip that, and then we can start heating up the meat. And I'm telling you, it'll be yummy McYummerson for sure. And I hope you guys are out there with compassion and love in your heart today. Maria, I see I can't really. Two Scots. There you are. Scott to the Schnee. I don't think we're Scottish. I can't see everybody who's in. But thank you for saying hi. Thank you for being here. Let's make these fat barbecue sandwiches. This pulled pork is absolutely amazing. Fall off the bone from sitting there overnight. They said round 3 on it. If you're interested in the French dips I made, the first French dip I made a couple days ago, this giant sub for me and my buddy, that was the ideal French dip sandwich. So go back and check that one out. Yesterday, a little brief tutorial on how to clean up the grill because I forgot to do so. This one's lacking just a little bit of butter. Oh, shit. Let me see. You want a nice even toast with the garlic as well. Take a look. That one, nice thin coat of butter, right, all across the whole thing, not saturated. Perfect. This one's got a little bit of spot in the middle, some dry ends. So what we want to do is make sure we get a little bit of butter on the entire piece of bread so we get a nice even toast to it. Give it one of those. Give it a little whop around. Slow and steady. It's about the simple things. Scott's a good dude. Thank you, Miss His and Hers, man. You're a good dude too. Good madam, for coming in and hanging out with us. You know, I appreciate you, brother, and hopefully, you know, it's still on the table. Do some work with you sometime here in the future. Now I'm getting motivated moving forward. You know, heading through Pennsylvania, making a couple bucks wouldn't be a bad idea at some point if it's ever possible. You know, because the next right thing's coming soon. We're gonna head down to Sally's house. We're gonna head down and see my niece first, and possibly it'll pop to Florida. But we got to get back to Sally's house and do a little bit more work there. And I'm starting to get on the ball. The bun situation's taking care of him. He's coming with me in the Dodge Avenger, believe it or not. So wait out for that shit show. We're gonna see how that works. All right, now we got that side toasted. A little bit more garlic bread for the other, or garlic for the other side. We'll split that butter right there between that and the pulled pork. One with the pulled pork. That'd be enough for the other side of the bread. Take the rest of that garlic butter, put it off there to the side. Give that a little soaky Rooney. Give that a little soaky too. And then we spread out this garlic butter. It's gonna be a fat sandwich too. Some pulled pork left. Put that right on that garlic butter. With all that yummy left over. There we go. But yeah, it should be a great adventure, man, and I'd love to come down and help you out. I know this time of year probably isn't the best for landscaping, but, you know, maybe next journey, maybe, you know, whatever. Be looking to add to that next right thing fund in any way possible, so not to completely rely on Spark Driver. That's been the, you know, or door dashing, because that's been the epitome of what I have to do when I travel. You know, I want to get down there to Sally's and do the next right thing and help her out. Hershey Kisses. Hey, I'm Power. It's good to see you. Good to see everybody popping in, saying hi. Double kick that screen. Your thumbs won't fall off. I almost guarantee it. You know, I don't know much about most things, but I've never heard of one single person's fingers falling off from double tapping that screen. I've heard it's got all the vitamins and nutrients that you need for a day of love and acceptance in your heart. Today we're talking a little bit about compassion as we cook up this lovely little toasted yummy sandwich. You know, me and W were talking earlier, and I think the conversation kind of weaned it toward compassion for the child that went through it. You know, and that trauma, you know, these things that happened to this child that we misfiled under shame, you know. Take that away, you know, recognize it, and put it under compassion for the child that went through it and move forward. You know, don't let it hold you back any longer, you know. It's always going to be there. You can't change whatever that may be for you. But what you can do is look at it in a different way. That trauma or that pain or even that neglect or whatever causes you to respond in fear in this life, you know, is just programming that we can reprogram ourselves to understand that with this scenario and stop having shame or feeling like we're not good enough because we were rejected or because we were, you know, shown some kind of mislove in our younger years. We can have compassion for that child and what he went through and be more loving and open to individuals because of it. Like I said, this is going to be a real quick sandwich here because we just got to heat that up, flip them bad boys back over because that bread's almost done. Meat will just take a second. We are cheeseless today, which is a sad thing. But if you stick around, have this sandwich. We'll chat a little bit. I got a special little entertainment set up for us later on. Maybe we'll do this real quick and then think about separating that into a different live because I got something special rolling out in the living room. I'll give you a heads up before we eat. What I think about doing later on, here in just a little bit actually after we eat, we'll do a separate live for that possibly. But yeah, this don't take too long. That pulled pork's already nice and juicy. Don't add nothing to it. We don't want to overcook it, crisp it out or nothing. What we do want to do is get a nice layer of barbecue sauce on the piece of bread we're going to set the meat onto. You know, this. Ooh, yeah, we don't want too much. Don't want too little. But it's a nice even coat. I want a little heavy. I like the barbo. I like it juicy. I like it juicy. Then we'll go ahead and take our meat. Get about the size of the bread there. Give it one of them. One of those. I really like their Dinosaur barbecue sauce. So I'm going to make this sandwich a little sloppy. That never hurt nobody. Sloppy sandwiches are usually the yumminess. The yumminess. They're usually the yumminess. So just in case there's not enough barbecue sauce, more barbo right there on our sandwich. And this bad boy is just about done. Turn our grill off. That's simple. Nice and easy. Let's get our plate out. I don't know if you can hear the music playing in the background. It's part of our little surprise later on, the entertainment for the evening that I plan on involving you guys with if you're up for it. Like I said, I'll split the lives. Ooh, that might go a little bit dark. Oh, no, it's all right. It's all right. A little dark. Ain't so bad. A little charred. I would like to go a little lighter. Ooh. Yeah. A little hot. Losing a little bit of it. Let's fix that up a little bit. Yeah, there's a little fat sandwich. Ooh. All right. So, put it, look that. Let's put it there. Fat Sammy. Oh, come on. Ooh, I didn't even cut it. A little hot. Hard with this bread roll. Get it right. There we go. I think I got her. Had to let that cool down a little bit. Anyhow, let's go out to the table, relax a little bit, we'll chat, hang out for a little while, eat our fucking badass sandwich. What do you think? Did it come out all right? We'll have to find out. And then I can actually chat with you guys here just a little bit. Get a little sneak preview of the entertainment for the evening. Damn, oh my fucking God. Did I do it again? How long was there no sound? The whole time? I did that a while ago. There was no sound for a while. What the fuck am I doing? I keep hitting that button on accident. Anyway, I don't know how long there was no sound for. I have a call, Sally. It's all good. I just want to let you know we're here and appreciate seeing you. We can't hear you, of course. Doodly doo, Shelly. Okay, I'm just going to go back here see how long we were actually freaking muted for. That's ridiculous. Anyway, like I was saying, ideally we want like a big Kaiser roll or something for this pulled pork that we threw together, but the garlic bread will work good. And like I said, compassion's on quote, or compassion, quotes on compassion is what we're looking for today. This understanding of compassion, I guess mainly focused on ourselves and how we have that compassion for ourselves as we enjoy a fat sandwich. Look, it's a beautiful thing. Perfect. Perfect. Looks, what did it do? Yo, yo, yo. There's no sound. Looks great. MD Scott W. James, what's up, brother? I messed up again. I keep muting it on us, and we're doing pretty well there to start off. Double tap that screen, your thumbs won't fall off. I think I muted it for a while, and we lost interest, but it's all good. I don't know if you guys noticed. We got the 64 hooked up to the projector over there. Got the volume hooked up into my broken TV, so we rigged up a way to play some 64 games here in a little bit when it's time to relax. You know, do it for yourself. Have compassion for that child and have the ability to reach out and play a little bit. You know, invite some friends in. I got a pile of 64 games, man. What are you? Star Fox, Mario, Donkey Kong, and Mario Kart. List goes on and on. We can play those here in just a minute. Hey, Weimer and James. I always like to go in here to chat filter, change to all messages, just in case there's anything that Facebook feels isn't pertinent. We can still see and hear. But yeah, we're off to a hell of a start, man. 15 minutes, 10 likes. That's freaking absolutely awesome. I think if I wouldn't have hit that mute button, we'd have been on our way to success here today. But it's all good, you know, slow and steady. Quality over quantity. If you're out there seeking compassion for yourself, or understanding of compassion for somebody else, because that's the thing. There's a balance out there. If you lack compassion for other human beings, you know, that's something to work on to find the middle. If you lack compassion for yourself, you have to work on that. There's a middle ground of compassion for ourselves and others, that happiness and joy medium that we have to find. As I would say, happiness comes from your doing for yourself, and joy comes from doing for others. So, you know, and compassion runs right along with that. You know, we've got to have this middle ground for ourselves and for others. And for some people, recognizing that for, you know, some people, having compassion for others is the struggle, you know, and then for others, having compassion for themselves is the struggle. I believe that each one of us struggles in a different way with that. You know, me is my compassion for myself. So how are we going to find that? How are we going to appreciate ourselves and file whatever struggle that has made us respond in anger, fear, or pain? Define that struggle under compassion for the child that went through it. That's kind of, I think, the theme. That's the theme of the day. Not kind of nothing. I got jugglers for 1p. I can't really see what you're saying. As long as you read what you're buying, it works out on well for me. As long as you read what you're buying. I appreciate that input, James. I'm doing my best to take my own medicine, you know, reflect with you guys in appreciation and hope, and define how we're going to stay on that track of understanding. And first things first, take care of yourself. Make yourself a toasted, yummy pulled pork sandwich. We're going to roast up that roast there and have a couple days of some other stuff. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do with that. We already did the French dip, but we'll try to... Maybe we'll do another French dip sub with that roast. I really think the pulled pork, it went amazing. It was the first time I've ever had something like that, you know, with that protein, and it was great. Now this is amazing too. Dinosaur barbecue. Maybe comment your favorite barbecue sauce in the comments, guys. You know, MD, what over there in your side of the world? You know, what do they have for good barbecue sauces? Anything? How about you, James, down where you're at? They got Dino down there? Frankenstein, what's your barbecue sauce of choice? I know that across the country they sell Stubbs, man, and Stubbs is some good barbecue sauce. I know Dinosaur barbecue sauce is something few or far come between, I think, because there's only one here in Syracuse and one in Pennsylvania, I believe. Maybe there's two in Syracuse now. If things go bad for me, I go. Well, I'm here for you, MD. Don't go bad. I'm with you. I love you. Appreciate you. I don't know how things here could go bad for you. I hope they don't. I don't feel like they ever have. We've had some ups and downs and some open conversations here, but you've always been a valuable member of this community. You know, valued member of the turtle herd. Sweet where baby Ray's, James says. You're right. Sweet baby Ray's is up there too. You know about Dinosaur barbecue sauce, James? If not, maybe I'll have to bring you a bottle on my way through, I think. You have to experience this. There's a couple different kinds. I go with the original, but there's some spicy, there's some garlic. But yeah, again, killer meal. That one pork shoulder made quite a few sandwiches we've been able to enjoy. Love barbecues. What's your favorite barbecue sauce over there on the other side of the pond there, MD? Heinz. Oh, so I heard Heinz, the brand is a lot different over there. Um, if you look on the ingredient list here, any Heinz product is all preservatives, corn syrup, this, that, and the other thing. But the Heinz products in Europe or across the pond there, um, I was told to have like actual ingredients in them and they're actual ketchups and barbecue sauces and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of Heinz here because of that. Like it's all corn syrup and additives and preservatives and stuff. It's, maybe everything is, and I'm just whatever. But I don't know. Say hi out there. Be heard today. Jaslyn, it was nice joining. Cotton is calling. Yeah, well, Colton's calling. Yeah, love you. Enjoy your phone call. Come back later on. We'll be playing video games, hanging out. But tell the big dog I said hello. Your hubby. I'm glad he's calling. Glad you guys can have the conversation. Good man serving our country over there. To all the veterans out there, to all the people that do serve our country, very much appreciated. And have served our country. But, well, yeah, I got like Spider-Man on 64. I got all kinds of things. We'll break into that next live here after a little bit of chat and dinner. You put chili flakes in it? Okay. Yeah, what brand of barbecue sauce, though, MD, is what I'm learning. Yeah, I'm assuming that you guys have... Oh, you said Heinz. You already said it. You like Heinz barbecue sauce. Maybe I could send you over a bottle of Dino, and you can see what I'm talking about, because it's a whole nother level. Even with the Sweet Baby Ray's and the Stubbs, the Dinosaur barbecue sauce is just, it's that real yummy, Right. Took it easy again today. Just relaxing, reflecting, and coming up with the long-term game plan. I had the most work I did today was rig up the TV that's sitting on the couch that has no screen, so I could hook the volume to it, and then hooking up the visual to the projector so we can play some 64 here later on. Got a pile of games in there and feed that inner child a little bit, and yeah, it should be fun. It'll be more of a relaxed conversation. For now, compassion, right? What do we know of compassion for ourselves, for others? Which one of those things do we struggle with? I'm sure that most of us struggle with one or the other. If you found that balance, that middle ground, where you have compassion for yourself and for others equally, how did you get there? What's your medicine to stay in that place? That'd be great. Nicole, good to see you, sis. Just got the kids Happy Meals. Good. Tell AV Mari I love them deeply. Going to the... Sausage from the market. German sausages. Yes, German sausage. We have really good German sausages. We have Gianelli's here, but in Syracuse, New York, that's our preferred quality, like frank, not necessarily a brat, like more a sausage. Oh, yeah. I waited too long to eat again today, but I'm happy. It's a good pulled pork sandwich. We have a nice night ahead of us here in a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to split the lives up. The invite's still out there to W. He's contemplating it. And the time's closing in on jumping off point for the next adventure here with Bun Bun. And I got a little bit anxious thinking about that. But, I got to force a leash on him and throw him in the old Dodge Avenger and make it happen. And then hopefully we'll pick up a more reliable travel vehicle along the way. And the kids, their kids are being, I'm sure they are. They're little Tasmanian devils. It's all right. Well, we appreciate you being in and relaxing for a little bit. Like I said, I'll be dipping out of here in a minute. I'm just going to come hang out for a little while, say hello, have some food, quick little conversation, and then we'll play some 64 for a while on a different live. If any of you guys want to come back and check that out, take a little break and get the kitchen cleaned up, my due diligence, and so I don't put my foot in my own ass. But yeah, it's a beautiful world if we make it. Striving to find that compassion and love for ourselves, for others, whatever the struggle is for you, we got to strive towards it. And I definitely know some people who don't have a problem with valuing themselves. They have the problem with valuing others, right? And there's vice versa there. I'm on this end of it, but I'm working on it, and every step of the way with the turtle herd is a blessing. Very much appreciated, full of hope, respect, and appreciation. MD, 11 p.m. here. Well, I think it's about 5 or 6. Well, I'm glad you got to pop in a little bit. I know it's a little late for you. 15 minutes. Well, I'm glad you're here today, MD, enjoying this awesome pulled pork sandwich. More traditional than the last couple pulled porks we made with the barbecue sauce. But I think that the French dips in the last live went really well. The really fat kid, yummy, good stuff. And again, get out there, tickle the algorithm, guys. We're just starting up, revving up again, being active here on YouTube, spreading positivity and hope. Going to start the next trip here soon, where we got a good adventure planned, and we're going to see some awesome stuff along the way. Probably try to lay out our game plan in a way that can be conducive with having this rabbit in my car, my Dodge Avenger, the camper car, in my playlists. Check that out and see if you have any ideas of how it would work for me with Bun in there. What I'm thinking is I'm going to take this thing here, and I'm going to break it down in half and put his toilet bedding in there. Right there's some of that. Put that into the trunk. This way he has you give him free reign of the car, but then this way he has a place to go potty as we travel. I got, he usually drinks out of a bowl, but I got that thing to hang somewhere in the car so he could drink and not spill water all over the place. It all depends on how it goes with him, I think, is what the game plan is. If I have to shoot right down to my sister's in Georgia to have a place outside of the car for Bun to withstand, or I can kind of take it slower and stop some places. If he lets me put the leash on and off him, the harness and stuff, and he's not too much of a fucking pain in the ass driving around in the car. You too, MD. We love you deeply. Glad that we're moving forward together, starting to start that journey again. And like I said, it's we're down kind of in the eyes of the algorithm, in the YouTube in general. It's going to be a little bit slow for a while, as it was when we started in the beginning. So we have to tickle that algorithm. There has to be views and likes and shares and comments to draw more people in, so the algorithm knows that people are interested in having these conversations about compassion, love, and respect. My break that I took here, that I needed, working on my mental health, was much needed, and I don't regret any of it. And the lives over the last couple months have reflected that with open, honest communication. So if you are in need, you could check any of that stuff out. That's me struggling the last couple months, doing the best I can, trying to get things in line to find a way out of that struggle. And I'm finding my way back out of that now through communication with you guys, through appreciation and hope, through, recognizing and having compassion for the child that went through it, the understanding my responses, that, my anger and frustration and these things I'm allowed to feel as a man that mask the true problem, and then drawing that problem down to the reality of what caused me to be programmed in this way, and have compassion for that child that was treated in that way. And then hoping that that piece of the puzzle can be something that can help you to get back on track if you're out there struggling, because mental illness isn't a broken leg. It's people see a broken leg and everybody uses a crutch and they wrap it up and they fix it and it's all acceptable. Our mental health is something that is hit or miss per person, because we all respond chemically differently, and it's going to take a different process, either with the right kind of medicine, spiritual, emotional, and physical. I believe that cannabis can be a beautiful medicine, the right kind for the right person. I'm very strand sensitive. So For me, a nice low THC sativa with high CBD content tends to be something that helps to mellow me out for my ADD. And actual medicine, I've delved into that lately, and it's been a struggle. The loopholes, or the loops you have to jump through to get, and I'm open to therapy and waiting on that call. But that's slow and steady, right? It started off with getting up and doing something with myself, finding a way to understand that I don't need the next piece of the puzzle that I set down doesn't need to be the one that gets me there. It needs to be the one that attaches to the next one, and then to the next one, and to the next one, without expectations until I get there. Doing the dishes and cleaning up, and even setting up the Nintendo 64 and this pain in the ass setup through my TV and my projector and all this stuff, and cooking the pulled pork and getting that roast ready for us. All these things are small little pieces. Talking to W the last couple of days and really reflecting on this concept of compassion, and how the core of it for me is needing compassion for the child that went through it, compassion for myself, and admire, the entrapped. Absolutely love your positivity, brother. I inspire to think like you. Well, we inspire to be here together with you, brother. Become part of the turtle herd. Move forward with us, and we'll weather the burden together. I aspire to embody this conversation at times, because at times I still struggle, because I'm human, and I openly admit that. And when I'm taking my medicine, listening to good music, and reaching out and speaking with people I care for, being here with you in this moment, and allowing that to be positive medicine through open, honest communication, I'm in a lot better place than where I am when I feed in and I dig that hole of pain, and I mask all the true problems I have with anger and regret and shame that I don't deserve to feel, because this child went through certain things. And I'm not telling you to dwell on it. And I think a lot of people get so wrapped up into what might have happened to them that it becomes their entire personality, because they can't accept and let it go to the point and appreciate the growth that came from that struggle, no matter how horrific it is. Death, grief, is anxiety, stress, these struggles that in the midst of them, like being hungry, are so overpowering that there could never be any positivity to these things. But you'll never appreciate a burger until you've been hungry. You'll never be able to have true compassion unless you've struggled through pain. And Creator's going to give you whatever you ask for. The God of your understanding's there for you. But just be prepared. When you ask for it, you're going to get it. You want strength, there's going to be obstacles. You want enlightenment and understanding, there's going to be true inward reflection that might be painful. You're going to have to come to terms with and accept things that you don't want to come to terms nor accept, to find a sense of peace. Well, enjoyed the. Yeah, I appreciate you too, W. Man, it's just all a reminder. This isn't, without someone to bounce that off of to make it reality. It wouldn't really be hitting home the way that it's hitting right now. I'll have that conversation with you earlier, is clarifying how I stay in a positive state of mind by having compassion for myself, even the child that went through it yesterday. What I knew yesterday is what I know today. Learning from whatever today has to bring and put in front of me, so that I can make the right decisions tomorrow, and not hold against myself whatever decisions I might make today because of the tools I have. We only have the tools we have, especially a lot of us who have been through a lot of pain and been in a lot of painful scenarios and been beaten down and abused and left and lost and broken and trampled. It's hard for us to find that value at times for who you are. But I'm here to tell you there's value in all those things, no matter how painful. And there's value in you being here. There's value in the love that you spread into this world. There's value in the respect and appreciation that when you can muster through this pain and struggle, you bring into this world, beyond what could be without the struggle, without that loss of love, without that moment that made you feel inferior. And then you can go back to that moment and recognize that there was no bearing for you to feel that way. And it wasn't on you. It was just something that you went through. Can help you to grow and become something more beyond your wildest dreams. You just have to be able to look at that silver lining, as Lady J would say. Crank, value that for what has yet to come. Do the work, it pays off. Very much so there, Crankenstein. Very much so. But, yeah, any more quotes on compassion, appreciation, acceptance? Any moments in your life that have helped you to come to terms, good, bad, or indifferent, would be appreciated. You realize that the people that hurt you did it because they were not worthy of you. Yes, a lot of the time. And I also realized a lot of the people that hurt me were hurt people that were fulfilling a cycle that they had been placed in a long time ago, way before me, my mother. The people that were supposed to care for you as children, that instilled this pain, fear, regret, and anger inside of you, did so out of their own pain, their own inability to understand the conversation we're having and grow beyond that and break the cycle. And a lot of times, yeah, they don't deserve you, and you must find a distance. We also got to find acceptance, because we're infallible. We're not perfect beings. There's a lot of things I've done and said out of my pain that have hurt people. There's a lot of things I've done and said and out of my struggle that have been out of character because of the pain that I've gone through and the defense mechanisms that I've developed in this world. Just like my mother, but by acknowledging, it doesn't have to consume me, and I don't have to be that 24/7 and just be handing out boulders of pain all the time. You don't need to hand that boulder of pain around. We can figure out together here, by weathering the burden together, how to set down that boulder of pain through acknowledgement, through appreciation, acceptance, and love. Set down that boulder of pain so that we can move forward as positive, loving human beings, and try to do our best to understand the meaning of this, which for me is to grow. I truly believe that Creator, God of your understanding, wants you to grow and learn so that you can really experience this world and value what it is. Creator loves you. He's given everything you need. God of your understanding, or even if you don't believe in spiritual or metaphysical, this physical world that you live on, the Mother, has given you everything you need. And whether that means that there's some grand design, or whether that means that that we're living on a living entity that supports us, there is something higher than you. There's a higher power than you. And I believe that it's deeper than that when it comes to spirituality and the flow of energies and these things that I don't know I'm not 100% on at all. I'll admit I don't know. I speak to figure out. I speak because I seek the truth. I try to understand and interpret these different avenues of Creator, and how he speaks to us all so differently, how he gives us all different skill sets and medicines. Marie, self-worth is hard to accept. It is very much so. We're very much the same in that, MD. Toss the boulder. Tossing the boulder. The boulder's out the window. I feel light as a feather, floating in the river of life with content and appreciation. That's why I'm able to have this conversation in this way, in this moment. There are times where I'm weighed down with those boulders and I'm fighting the current of life. And that whisper, that small little whisper that makes you throw just one puzzle piece away, that's good for you, and not do that and not do that, that takes you farther away from where you should be, farther away from a God of your understanding, can be a very consuming thing when we get digging that hole and we feel like we deserve to be down here in the abyss, and we keep fucking digging. There's no way out. I'm not worth anything. I deserve to be here. And when we say that and we believe that because we listen to the whisper, it becomes reality. That's manifest destiny. How you can change the perception of this moment through your thoughts and actions. And it takes time at times. It's not all gonna, if you're in a dark place right now, it's not all gonna come together in this moment. It's gonna take these small little stepping stones to get you closer to a place of serenity, love, and peace, especially if you're in a broken, anxiety-ridden mess right now. You got to take one small step today, and you got to give yourself praise for that small step. You got up. You made it through yesterday. You're a beautiful, amazing human being who made it through yesterday, because not everybody did. And we don't give ourselves the credit on that level, right? It's just this thing. It keeps happening. But like, if you made it through yesterday, you deserve to be here, and you did a blissful, beautiful thing. And then if you hydrated a little bit today, or if you acknowledge this broken child, or if you put your anger in check once today, Those are all things to give yourself praise for. If you reached out to another human being and you were open and honest with them about your feelings and the perception of the world as you see it, you did an amazing thing. You helped a brother or sister grow. You helped yourself grow. You took care of yourself. If not, you're going to sit around and the house is going to be trashed. You're going to sit there like I sat there, paralyzed in fear and stress about what to do next because everything was trashed and everything was everywhere. And I just can't, it starts with giving thanks and being appreciative for what you have. This world, this life, despite the struggle, you got to be appreciative for the hunger that adds value to the burger, right? That, I hope that makes some kind of sense. Maybe I'm absolutely insane. Again, I don't claim to be right. I don't claim to know. I claim to have compassion and love in my heart for the child that went through it. I claim to send love, acceptance, and appreciation to the best of my ability when I'm in my right mind to understand this beautiful notion. And I do my best to share those tools that were given to me through Creator and in the way that this beautiful artwork, life, his creation, lays out before me. How we can communicate with this higher power through the way it interacts with us and learn the lessons we're supposed to learn every step of the way if we're willing to open our hearts and minds to accept those lessons. Sounds great, Weimer. What's Weimer doing up here? I think Scooty. I love and appreciate you guys. And again, anything you guys have to say about compassion, appreciation, acceptance. Did you struggle today with acceptance at all in any stupid little way that you could be open here and now with and acknowledge? Sometimes we don't even allow ourselves to acknowledge it, right? We pass this boulder of pain through judgment of other human beings and what we can't accept, and we make it everybody else's fault. It doesn't have to. If it doesn't have to be so much pain, and that's a hard realization, but it doesn't have to be this struggle on a daily basis. It shouldn't be. That's not what it's meant to be. The struggle isn't meant to be overwhelming. You're not meant to starve to death, but you're meant to be hungry and understand that so you can appreciate what's been laid out before you. You're not meant to be broken and obliterated on a daily basis, consumed with anxiety, but you're meant to feel anxious at points to learn a lesson. It's just we get lost in that lesson so completely and how we can't change it and how it isn't what we would want it to be in any given moment that it destroys us. I just hope that through this appreciation and acceptance, we can find a bit of love and compassion in our hearts to truly love the ones that we hold dear. And that starts, loving anyone starts by taking care of yourself so that you can be this pillar of strength, so you can help guide them closer to whatever their destiny may be. You can't do that when you're struggling and fighting and the world around you is full of pain and chaos. That's all you can hand out. That's all you have. Your cup's full of it. You gotta figure out a way to dump all that out, file it under compassion for the child that went through it, and move forward in the best way that we can. And for me, that is finding compassion for myself and having compassion for my brothers and sisters. Nutter. Anyway, I'm ranting and raving here a little bit. Need more girlfriends. James, yeah, 400 isn't enough there, big dog. I could use one decent one. That's all I'm looking for. I don't know if I could even handle two. I don't know how you handle 400, but good for you, old dog. Good for you. Keeping them all in check, I'm sure. Yeah. James out there and his 400 girlfriends. You still dancing with the Filipinos at night there, James? You still getting your dancing in with your girls? I hope so, brother. I hope at least you're enjoying the show. Need more girlfriends. Let me see. Your daughter. But, yeah. That's all. Take a little bit of that with you today and find peace and compassion. I want to share more. I want to share more compassion. Thank you, James, for expressing yourself. Yeah, the first thing about to do anything is to acknowledge it. Why do you struggle sharing compassion? That we gotta boil this down a little bit. You gotta boil it down. You don't have to say it to us. Yeah, no, I know you broke your leg, brother. Or you broke your leg. I thought you were getting knee surgery. Did you just break your leg? Sorry about that. I didn't. It kind of caught me off guard. But if you are struggling with showing compassion to other human beings, there's got to be some kind of struggle there. I would believe or would assume that stops you from being able to do that out of some kind of fear or trauma that has ingrained in you that having compassion for somebody's going to hurt you. But it's good to see that you're striving for it, right? And that's the thing. I appreciate you acknowledging the other end of the spectrum. I appreciate you acknowledging that end of the spectrum where it's hard for you to have compassion for other human beings. And striving for that compassion for other human beings. Because, like I said, I'm on the other end. Like I hold everybody in such regard that there's no passion, no compassion left for myself. And I'm sorry you broke your leg, brother. Is this like going to put off the surgery, or what's going to go on with that? Keep us in the loop. Let me know what's going on. But we don't have any other beautiful sayings or anybody want to hang on there for a minute. It's all good. I think we'll take a little break, and then I'll be back live here in just a little while playing some video games. MD, I don't know if that's that right there is a diversionary tactic. I mean, we could address that for real. There's a lot of people that are struggling with addiction, alcoholism, because they do that. Because and then because I've done that. When I was a younger man, just get shit faced, just party, just mask all my pain with drugs and alcohol, and self-medicate so that I can be this jester that everybody wants to be around. And that did nothing but mask the pain. Now, I'm not saying that you can drink every once in a while and get a nice little buzz and whatever, but to use that as a medicine continuously, I don't believe is a permanent solution to find our way out of the deep struggle of being a human. By numbing that out and by getting up. I mean, think about that. I didn't really talk as a kid. Like, you're getting up as a pastime. Like, that's your hobby. That's your life. That's what you do. It's kind of up. I'm not here to judge, and I'm not here to whatever else. I'm just where I was, and for me, getting up wasn't the medicine that was going to set me free and help me to be closer to Creator, help me to be a compassionate human being. And people have different understandings of sobriety, but for me, a little bit of cannabis, a beer or two every once in a while, because of where I'm at is what I feel like is sober. And for people that are handling heavier things out there, I appreciate how you guys hold on. I appreciate how if you've decided to be sober, if you're gonna tomorrow, you got a game plan. It's better out. Start the ball rolling as soon as you can, because indulging in these things that change our mindset right now isn't going to fix it forever. It's going to numb us out, and the pain comes back tenfold. That's why I can't drink my emotions away, because they manifest in a very painful way when I medicate with alcohol. And then I really lash out in this defense mechanism of anger or resentment because of my lack of control of myself. It goes from medicating to very painful. Or even if it does numb it out and medicate it, it's still there tomorrow. We didn't address the issue. We didn't find a way through the struggle and pain. We just numbed out for a day. And that might be good here and there too. I'm not telling you that your medicine isn't just taking a day, having a few beers, playing some video game, do some wood burning, do some whatever. And hit that pause, whatever works for you. That's what you got to recognize. I'm not you. My brain doesn't work like yours, and it's a whole different setup that's going to allow me to stay in the right mindset with no judgment, no whatever. But I just know a lot of people out there who struggle with pain, struggle with addiction, struggle with alcoholism, because they're self-medicating. Because I was self-medicating, because I was trying to alleviate that pain and live high stakes, high energy, hoorah, donuts in the parking lot, running over trash cans and through American Legions and all kinds of crazy shenanigans, high energy, high tension, distraction from the pain of life. And I wouldn't want that from anybody. No, I'd never judge. That's the last one to judge. Yeah, no, I know that, MD. I'm just kind of playing off what you had to say. I did, and kind of addressing that elephant in the room, and trying to acknowledge the struggle that different people have. We get and trying to break that barrier that struggle is a struggle, and you deserve to feel that. You deserve to be wherever you are as a human being. It can be a hard thing to digest through pain. It diminishes us, and it takes away that love and compassion we need to have for ourselves. And it leaves us broken in a lost place. So, but with that being said, I'm going to take a little bit, hang out. I'm going to jump back on here with the 64 setup so we can jam out to some Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and Spider-Man and all kinds of 64 fun stuff. If you guys want to come back, you lie. Said I was having like a cricket. Yeah, you lie. You guys gonna do this in the stream right now? That's what we're gonna do. You know, air out the laundry right here in the middle of it. Huh? Well, I'm glad you guys. Oh my God! Yeah, thank you for a lot. Thank you, MD, for telling us for spreading that bit of knowledge about W. And yeah, maybe we'll play some Donkey Kong on 64 in honor of Scott W. here in a little while. But yeah, very classy conversation we're having down here in the comments. But I don't know. With that being said, love, compassion, respect. Hold on to it. Find compassion for the child that went through it. Find compassion for those others that have hurt you. I know that it's hard to recognize that we're all in pain, especially when somebody hurts you, but it all boils down to their pain and their inability to digest it and treat you with the respect that you deserve. And then that's how they hand us the boulder of pain. We take that boulder of pain, we throw it in our pack, and we carry it around forever, and it destroys us. Let it go. That's not your pain. Whatever happened to them to cause you to treat you that way is on them. That's something that they got to figure out. When we take all these things and all these, this hatred and this resentment that people have handed us, and they've tortured us because they're hurting, all we're doing is habituating this cycle of struggle. Yeah, we'll see you in just a little bit. I'm outie roadie. We're gonna play some 64 here in just a little while once I sit down, relax for a little bit. But we'll catch you, James. I'm sure we'll catch you back here in a minute. Everybody else, with love and respect in my heart, find compassion. James, thank you for being that understanding, loving pillar of hope on the other side of it that understands and who can admit their struggle. It vigors me to be honest about my struggle on this side. We're all human, and I love you deeply, brother. And acknowledgement. It's going to help us find acceptance. It's going to help us move forward with compassion in our heart for ourselves and for others. So sleep on that. And I'm off like a herd of turtles, but just for a little bit. I'll be back in just a little while, relaxing with you guys. We're going to play some video games and chill. So see you soon.